Okay, in the booklet I'm up to page 29. So we're graphing y equals x on ln x. We're continuing step 8, which was sketching division of functions. And we're having a go at this one. First thing we're going to do is draw y equals x. So this point here is x equals 1, so y equals x. It's going to be some sort of straight line, so let's just fill that in. Okay, so next thing we do is we're going to have a look at what's happening as x approaches 0 from the positive side. So as we approach 0 from the positive side, the y equals x is heading towards 0. So this function, at least the numerator, will be 0. The denominator is tending towards a very large number. In fact, negative large number. So this is tending towards 0 from a negative direction, because a number, small positive number divided by a large negative number, well, it's a negative number and it's getting very, very small. So something down here is happening that we're heading up here. We'll fix that up later. X is equals 0 is excluded from the domain. Why? Well, I'll leave you to think about that, why we can't have x equals 0. So let's put x equals 0 in as a open circle. As x approaches infinity, so out in this direction, the value of ln x approaches infinity. So this graph continually goes up, and this also goes up. So it will approach infinity, but a slower rate than y equals x. So x on log x, come on pen, what are you doing? X on log x is also going to approach infinity. Let's think about what else there is. As well, we've got this point here. This point here, what's interesting about this point is we have when x equals 1, ln x equals 0. So that means that this must be a vertical asymptote. So what's going to happen as we approach x equals 1 from this direction? Well, ln x is tending to be a small positive number, and y equals x is tending to be, well, it's tending towards 1. So it's just going to be 1 divided by a very small number, which just becomes an increasingly large number. So it's going to, it's going to head towards infinity up here somewhere. So let's think about any other key points. Well, there is a key point down here somewhere, E. Check out the value of E on your calculator if you want. Let's just grab a calculator. So E is 2.7, so I'll shove it there. What happens? ln of E, so ln is 1. And what about y equals x? Well, when x equals e, y equals e. So we've got e divided by 1, which is just e. So at this point here, we're just going to meet at that point. So x on log x was approaching infinity, and this was approaching infinity as well. So it's going to be a curve does something like that. Okay. Back down here, what's happening down here? Let me just erase that little line that I did. We've got that, we said it was approaching 0, but it's not going to reach 0 because of we can't have that value. What's going to be happening this way? Well, ln x is approaching a value of 0 as well. And we have a number which is a bit less than 1 divided by a negative number. So what are we going to get? Well, if you think about it, as we approach x equals 1 from the negative side, we're getting to be a very, very small number. So something divided by a very, very small number is just a large number. It's going to be a large negative number. So we're going to have a curve that comes out like this and heads towards the asymptote.